welcome back to another video. I am looking a little less homeless. I thought I'd just do a video on connecting items to the bike itself, and you do that by using the display on the bike. So I'll just talk you through going into the settings and stuff like that, so we'll have a look at that now. So you start off with dragging up on the screen. Now, once we're there, we can go into all the different bits of the bike, but we're looking at accessories. You can add accessories, which you'll pick up on Bluetooth, so you can do that if you've got the DJI camera like I have. You can link that to the bike, so your bike can turn the camera on and off, which is a fantastic feature if you like recording and you've got one of the DJI Osmo Actions. Mine's already linked up, but basically you just link it via that, turn it on, it'll come up on the camera, and then basically you just pair them both together, and then you go from there, and from there you can then link that to the handlebars on the bike on some of the extra switches, which are these up here. So I have a long press on this button here that will give me the camera on and then camera off. Then my second button at the moment, I have it for the light on the bike, on off. So on is one press, hold is go brighter, press again is off. And I programmed it in the settings that I'll show you in a minute. Now what I have done is this button was over here, but what was happening was I was pressing this and moving the screen a lot, and I was turning on the light accidentally. So just for the time being, I've moved it over. I'm going to see how I get on with that being there, because I really didn't like it. I was going in and out of all sorts of settings. So back to the bike. So obviously that's where you add your extra accessories. Now what you then can see, I've just turned on. You turn it on and off on the bike, and I may actually turn the light to just being controlled on the main panel. So we've got here that the bike light is connected. Then we've got options here for the wireless controls. You can see that my camera's been connected and that auto connects when it comes on. You go into the wireless controller sort of settings. Let's have a look. Wireless controller connected. So that's just showing that the controllers are in and on. So what you'll do after you've made sure the accessories are connected in there is we will go back out of that, and then you can go into customized controls. So you've got all the buttons have got different sort of labelings on them, and you've got them here, like you've got one for press, one for press and hold, and the same with circles, and then same with the sort of up and down buttons over there, and you can choose a range of different things in them. So really after that it's just selecting what works for you. I'm sure in the future there'll be other accessories that you can connect to these as well, but for me it's a bit of a game changer having further sort of DJI systems, where now I don't have to mess around grabbing my chest mount and stuff like that. I can just on and off at the controller. My only problem at the moment is because it was a little too close for my liking, I was turning the camera on and off when I didn't want to, so it's going to take some adjusting, as well as the light. You can't really tell the light's bloody on unless you go into a slightly darker area, then you realise you've had your bike light on down the road for 10 minutes or whatever. So yeah, I'm just playing with where they sit at the moment. But yeah, in terms of connecting and changing the buttons that you do, it's dead easy. And it's worth having a look at, worth having a play with, and finding something you like. I'm even actually is if I can't get on with it here, I have got room. Oh no, I've not. My brake lever's in where I was going to move it to here, but my brake lever's in the way, so I'm gonna have to figure something out here. Maybe I move it a bit further away from the handlebars than I had it. We will see. But yeah, like I say, once again, very unique functionality with this bike, I feel. Something I very much enjoy. It is pretty faultless and seamless as well in the way that it works, and it's just been well thought of. Like, there's the first to do it. There's not many others doing it. I think Bosch may have a integrated light system, and I know Maridas do. I don't know how it works on the controls though. But just how seamless everything is it's just mind-blowing. As well as those functionalities on the bike, you've also got the screen that you can customise in a range of different modes. I've got the one standard mode that you can't change, two custom modes, and there was about 5 or 6 on there, and I was just cycling through screens constantly. It was doing me head in, so this is what I've got. So you have the normal screen there, which basically just gives you your sort of riding time, allows you to get into the light, tells you if the camera's connected, and some other gubbins. I've then got this one custom screen which tells me what mode I'm in, battery percentage, miles the bike's done, which isn't many for me, duration of the ride, miles completed of the ride, approximate calories. You really need a heart rate monitor to make sure that works. How many foot elevation we are at currently, how many we've completed on the ride. That is battery percentage. Again, I need to change that for something else, and that is the degree of angle that you're at. So that gives you some good info. And then I've got just a bit more of a basic screen which gives me what mode I'm in, what gear I'm in, miles per hour, don't know why I've got that, battery percentage, and the current time. You can add a lot more stuff on there, like your average cadence, your watts, loads of stuff. Depends what you're into, depends what you're doing that day. I'll probably, when I get a heart rate monitor, have a bit of a mode for just reviewing the heart rate quickly at a glance down. For when I'm doing stuff like that and when testing that, that'll be interesting. If you're interested on your power output, you can actively monitor that and watch that going along. So again, it's just great functionality on these screens. It's going to be hard to beat, really, isn't it? Everyone's going to be catching up to here, but how do they one up what Amflow have been doing, Avanox have been doing? It's going to be difficult. Wrong angle. Come on, Scott. You mad bastard. Middle. We've got wrong way. No, we've not. We've done it. Oh. Oh. Woo! Fucking hell. Wow.